Password I have sent no yesterday. Okay, so guys, so let's start the first concept then. I hope that all of them have installed the system, is it? So only yours is left out. So rest all of them have installed. I will see that your system. So you have installed. You have installed and installed. Okay, fine. So only guys, all of them have installed. Online guys. Okay, so let's go for the first unit. And so first unit, it's quite lengthy today and most probably tomorrow as well, that we will be discussing about the first unit. In this first unit, that what we are going to discuss, in this first unit that which we are going to discuss about how we can access the operating system. How we can access the operating system. What is Linux? What is the operating system? Who is the founder of the Linux? And then we are going to discuss about that. Okay, so in the first unit, as I said that, so which we are going to discuss about the completely about how to access the operating system. We are going to see. So in this, that we are going to see that how to log into the operating system. First, we will see after seeing that, we will see that how to run the commands to see that for which user we have logged in. That all we will see. And after that, what is Linux, what is operating system, features of Linux, founder of Linux, and we're going to see the types of login, types of desktop. That are all that one by one that we're going to see. Okay, so there are multiple commands also we are going to see. It's all about this in this unit that we see that how to access the operating system. Okay, so most of them already have installed the system. So once you if you have installed the system, so this is the login window it's going to launch for you. Okay, once this window is launched, see in my system that I can see I have the multiple users, because in other classes that I have used the system, because of that I have the multiple user in the name of Arun and in the name of Kumar, Ram and Redad. But in your system, if you see this on this window, you have only one user. That end of the installations, what the user you have created, that it shows. And after that, you have an option here in the down that the others. Okay, so make sure every day that if you wanted to log into the admin account, you have to go to others. If you go to the others, then only you will be able to run all the commands. So root is the admin, is the one has the full control in the operating system. So let's go for others and enter. And here the username it's root and enter. Password I have given in my system for root user, it's a Red Hat. I just put the Red Hat and enter. So once you log into the system, so this is the window it's going to launch for you. And here that where and all, what all the details we have that I will tell you. And before that, you can see here that what user we have logged in. You can see in this right side corner that which user that we have logged in. And from the command prompt, the same thing that if you wanted to see that which user you have logged in, you have to right click. And here we have an option called open in terminal. See, Linux operating system is a command-based operating system, is it? So for each and everything that you have the command here. So open in terminal and enter. So this is the terminal it's going to launch for you. Now, I wanted to see that for what user that I have logged in. The command that you have to go for who am I. If you go for the command who am I, it shows that the same. So even in the graphical as well from this command prompt, it shows that the same. So even in the graphical. Okay, so the next one. Before the root user, that you can see here that the date and time of the operating system. So if you wanted to see that what is the date and time of the operating system, just you have to go for the command date. See, as of now, it's saying that Wednesday, May 17th, 9 o'clock, 12 minutes, 58 seconds, 2023 showing. Now assume that if the date and time is not correct. So if you wanted to change it to the graphical, you know that you just needs to go to this edit option and edit that all the graphically, you can change it. But how can I change it from the command prompt? As of now, it's the correct date and time we have. If you wanted to change it, so you have to go for one syntax, M for month, date, hour, minute here, and .ss. Remember, the one which I have written here, it's not the command, it's a syntax. So accordingly, that you have to set the date and time to the operating system. How I can set, see today it's a May 17th, it's the correct date and time, it's showing it here. Assume that today it's a May 20th. Might be it's a 10 o'clock now. So accordingly, if I wanted to change it, how I can change it? So date, what is the month? Month it's May. Don't give just 5. It does not work. Always it has to be 2 digit. 05 you have to give it. What is the date? Date it's the 20th I'm giving it. Hour it's at 10 o'clock. Minute I just give the 15 minutes. 2023 and second it's at 05 second I give it enter. Can you see the output here? So here that you can see that the May 20th, it falls on Saturday and 10 o'clock, 15 minutes, 5 seconds, 2023. So this is how with the help of this command that you can change the date and time of the operating system. In the local system, you can change it. So if you're going to see this number, you don't understand what is what. Okay, so that is what I have written here. Just you have to remember the syntax. M for month, date, hour, minute, here, .ss, it's a second. S is the options that it's optional. If you want, you can go for the second. Otherwise, double Y, you can stop there. Okay, so this is how in the local system, you can change the date and time of the operating system. As soon as it's changed, it takes some few seconds to reflect in the graphical. Hardly few seconds it takes, otherwise immediately it reflect in the graphical. Now in the graphical also it's showing that May 20th it's showing. But in the production environment, we will not go for this. In the production environment, you must be have seen all of them system date and time is same. Might be your system, your colleague system, your manager system, even the second also it's the same. So how? Because of this, we have a concept of the NTP. NTP, it's a network time protocol. So that concepts that we will see that in the further classes. In each and every system, see if I'm going to set it manually, so does it has that in all the systems same date and time? For an example, there are around 15 guys here, online and offline. I'm going to give this command and I will ask him to ask all of them to set it in your system. All of them will set it in one shot. One guy will set fast, one guy will set slow, and some seconds, some minute difference it comes. So if something goes wrong in the operating system, it's very difficult to find out. So what happened exactly on that time? So that is what manual setting it. We will not go for that. In the further classes that we will see that how you can synchronize the server time to the client system with the help of NTP concept that we will see in the further classes. But in the local system as of now, if you wanted to change it, you just needs to go for this. Okay. Next one. If you wanted to see that the present month calendar, just you have to go to the command called cal. Cal will display the present month calendar. If you wanted to see that the enter here calendar, you just needs to go for it's a cal 2000. Okay, so the command, if you wanted to see that the enter here calendar, just you have to go to the command cal 2023, enter. Sorry, cal and 2023. Now it shows the enter here calendar it shows. It's not that the present month calendar it shows all the time. So if you wanted to see that the particular here, let's take the example 1947 and enter. So if I wanted to see that in the year of 1947, so when August 15th it falls on Friday. The same thing if I go for the 2050, I just go for 2050 and enter. So if I wanted to see that when August 15th it falls on Monday. So this is which day and particularly which day it falls, that if you wanted to see that, you can go for to see that the entire year calendar, 100 year, 200 years, 300 years. So how many years you want, you can go past and future also, you can go and see the entire year calendar. Next one. So I just go for the ls command. So what is that the ls? You must be have seen ls command so far. Might be before coming to the class in the YouTube, or might be if you're attending AWS classes. Then what is the function of ls command? Only the files or else anything else? It's going to list out all the files and directories. All the files and directories it's going to list out. What is the full form of ls? List to sort. The full form of this ls is a list to sort. With the help of this, it's going to list out all the files and directories. In the Windows operating system, if you wanted to recognize the file and directory, how you're going to recognize? How you're going to, if you once you log into the Windows operating system, how do you know that which is the file and which is the folder? By seeing that icon, you get it. No, folder icon is different, file icon is different, video icon is different. That all with the icon easily you can identify. Otherwise, with the extension also you can find out. Correct. So now, so since it's the first day of the class, so if you wanted to know that which is a file and directory, you can see here we have the black color, Anaconda and boot, install.log, install.syslog. This all it's a file. Remember, whatever you see with the ls output with the black color, that all it's a file. Whatever you see with the blue color, see here, this all it's a folder. In the Windows operating system, we call it as a folder, but here we call it as a directory. Function it is same. We call it as a directory file, we call it. So black color is a file and blue color is a directory. If someone is going to ask you outside, how do you identify which is a file and directory? Don't tell this color combination. So since it's the first day of the class, for better understanding, I'm telling it. But in the further classes, technical way, how we can find out, that I will tell you. Okay. Next one. So now I have showed you just how to log into the operating system and how to run the commands I have showed you. So let's go for the first one. What is Linux? It's an operating system. So how we have the Windows operating system and the DOS operating system. No, the same thing, Linux is also your operating system. Then what is the operating system then? How do you install the operating system? What do you have to have it? Suppose you have a raw system, you have a raw system, you have. Okay, so you wanted to install the operating system. So if you wanted to install the operating system, so how we are going to install it? What you have to have it? You have to have the OS file. You have to have the OS files to get it installed. So if you wanted to install it, so there are some certain process that you're going to follow. And Windows operating system, it's not the free operating system. You have to pay and you have to get it. But Linux operating system, it's an open source operating system that I will give the details in further. Operating system is a software which interacts between the application and the hardware. It is loaded in the memory. When computer is booted, remain active as long its mission is up. Okay. Next one. Who is the founder of the Linux? Linus Torvald. Okay, so when he was studying second year computer engineering in Finland, he developed a first kernel. The version, it was the 0.1 in the year of 1991, and after that 1.0 and 2.0, the different version has come. Okay, so the next one, let's discuss about the features of Linux. Okay, so we have the 5 features we have. What are all the 5 features? Multi-user, multitasking, open source, security, and everything is a file. I just repeat the features of Linux: multi-user, multitasking, open source, security, and everything is a file. So let's discuss about the one by one the features. Multi-user is the first one. What is the meaning of multi-user? Multiple users. Okay, now assume that, let's go for one scenario. You are using the Windows operating system. You have the 2 user. One is ABC and XYZ. Now I'm using the ABC user. I wanted to switch to the XYZ. How are you going to switch? Yeah, how are you going to log in? You have the switch user option you have set. So with the help of that, you're going to switch to that account. So once you switch to that account, you are completely into that user. Parallelly, can I access the ABC also? No. So which user you're going to switch? Only that user particularly that you're going to access it. Now here that if you come to the Linux operating system, multiple users can access in one shot. See, how can I check that which user I have logged in? What is the command? Just some time back, I told you, no, what is the command to check that which user I have logged in now? Who am I? So just if I go for who am I, it says that I'm in the root user. If I wanted to check that what are all the other users I have in my system, that you have to go for ls/home. So what are all the other users I have? See, in your system, if you go for this ls/home, it shows only one user in your system. But in my system, in another classes that I have created, this all the user, Red Hat user, Ram user, Kumar and Arun, that all I have created. If I wanted to switch to any of the user, the command that you have to go for su. So what is SU? SU is a switch user. If you wanted to switch from one user to another user, the command you have to go for SU, space hyphen space Red Hat. Now enter. Now here, if I run the command that who am I? I'm in which user? I'm in the Red Hat user. So this is how that you have to switch from one user to another user. Now I just open one more window. Okay. So in this terminal that I'm just going to. Okay, so I have opened one more terminal here. So since I have some more users, no, so I just go for the Arun user here. See, now here, if I run the command that the who am I'm in which user here? I'm in the Arun user. See, parallelly, I can access. Here I can access Red Hat user. Here I can access Arun user. And if I go for one more terminal or multiple terminal, I can log in with the different users I can log in, which means that multiple users can access in one shot. Okay, so multi-user in the sense multiple users can log in one shot. There's no restriction. If you have 10 users, open 10 terminal and 10 users, you can access it in one shot. Now, after the usage of this, now I had some work, I have switched to the Red Hat user. At last, I wanted to come out from this. So don't make a habit of the closing the terminal like this. If I close the terminal like this, what happens that? So if I try to switch for this Arun user again, it says that it's already logged in. Okay, so make sure that what you have to do after done with your job in that user, you have to run the command called exit. Exit, what it does, it just comes out from that. What was the user previously? I was there from the root account that I have switched to Arun. No, I've come back to the root account. So here also it does the same. So I'm in the Red Hat user now. After done with your job, just run the command exit that I have come back to the root user. This is how that you can switch from one user to another user with the help of SU. Okay, so what is multitasking then? What is the meaning of multitasking? Multitasking. Multiple jobs can be performed. See now here, one of the client that I have given one activity for you. They have given one command, or they might be have given one script for you. Okay. So where you have to assume you have a 10 users. In all the 10 users that I have asked you to run it that script, it takes that each script 2 hours it takes. Okay. If it takes 2 hours, what you have to do, according to your shift, it takes 2 days to complete that activity. Five users that you have to do it for each day. So instead of that, what you can do, open 10 terminals, 10 users log in. One shot, you can get it done. In next 2 hours, you can get it complete that activity in all the 10 users. This we call is a multitasking. The same way you have to log in, whichever the users that they have requested, the same way you have to log in, and that command or script just executed in next 2 hours, it will be getting done. This we call is a multitasking. Okay. So the next one, open source. What is open source? Three, four? Yeah, so it's a free operating system. See, you have been using the Windows operating system for many years. How you have installed? How you have got the OS to install? Nowadays, it's a inbuilt that you will get it. But if you go for a couple of years before, so how you was getting that the OS? Yes, in okay, DVD fine. So for DVD from how you're getting it? You used to buy that. See, now if you wanted to install, now I have a raw system. You wanted to install the Windows operating system. How you're going to get the OS? So you have to, the trial version, you will get it in the Google. Hardly like 45 days or 1 month duration you have. And after that, it will stop work, the trial version. But if you wanted to use it for a long time, you have to buy the OS. You have to go to some service center. They will give one DVD. So along with the product key, you will get it. So nowadays for the Windows 11, they're charging that more than 5,000 rupees for the OS. Okay. So here that if you wanted to install it, you have to buy that and you have to install it for a long time. Otherwise, normally we are not going to buy. So we are going to call to some of our friend and crack version we will take it, and that we will install it and use it for a long time. Okay. But if you come to the Linux operating system, so that it's a free operating system. Any of the flavor, any version you want, just go to the Google and put that and download it and install it. That's all. So it's a free operating system. Even online or offline, nobody is going to ask you not even 1 rupee to pay and get download. Okay. And here in the Windows XP, you must be have seen that Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. So this all the different versions that you have seen. The same thing, the Linux also we have. The one which we are using it, it's a Red Hat Linux we are using it. Okay. So this is the more popular one. 90% of in the organizations on the servers, they use the Red Hat Linux, they use it. Okay. So, and after that, we have the Fedora, CentOS, Kali Linux, SUSE, and Ubuntu. Concept wise, this all it's the same. No difference in the concept wise. Command wise, only the difference that we have in the SUSE and Ubuntu, especially when you're using the Ubuntu operating system, that you in the concept wise that we have the different commands that we have. All the time you have to go to the Google and find out, then we have to execute the command in the operating system. Apart from that, rest all the commands and the concepts it's same. Only in some few concepts, some small changes you will be having, some options or some small commands. Otherwise, it's the same that you have. Okay, so if you wanted to list out that all the thousands of commands, so total in the overall Linux, we have nearly 7,000 to 8,000 commands we have. That already I have told you in the yesterday's class. If you wanted to list out that all the commands, okay, so after logging in, just you have to press 2 times tab key, you have to press it. You can see display all 2,180 possibilities. If I give Y here, it's going to list out that all the commands. See, it shows in the alphabetical order. This is all the command A, B, C, D, E, F that it goes till Z. This all it's a commands. It's not that the file name or directory name. It's a commands that we have. At last, that if you wanted to come out from here, Q is to quit. I just have come out. Q is to quit. I just have come out. So this is how the commands can be listed out. This is how the command can be listed out. Let's take one small command here. So here, okay, can you see here BC? So we have one command called BC. What is BC? BC is the binary calculator. If you wanted to do any calculation, so I just go for BC and enter. I just give the 10 plus 20, it shows 30. I just give the 10 minus 4, and here we have got 6. Whatever the calculations you want, you can do it here. Okay, so in Windows, we go for, start, and we are going to type that the calculator will open. No, the same thing, you have to go to the command here. Okay, if you wanted to come out from here, Control C. that have come out from here. Okay, so we were talking about the open source, the Linux operating system. It's a open source operating system. Okay, it's a free of cost. It's not like Windows that you have to pay and you have to get it installed. So the next one, security. So why people from Windows to Linux that they upgrade the server? In Windows also we have. So why? So slowly, if they're having any Windows server, so they migrate it for Linux operating system. So Linux server, why? Compared to the Windows, Linux is very secure. Okay, so one thing that we have a concept called the Excel Linux. In your syllabus also it's there, but they have given only the basic they have given in your syllabus. So what is Excel Linux? How many types of modes and contest and Boolean, that all that they have given here. So in this, no, Excel Linux, that they're going to teach that completely, that how you can secure the operating system. The security part that they're going to teach here. So if you wanted to take this course, there is one course also for this. If you wanted to take this course, that you have to have good hands-on experience on this operating system, Linux operating system, hacking knowledge, scripting knowledge, networking knowledge, you have to have it if you wanted to take this course. Because it's a security concepts that they're going to teach. Exam also it's there. It's quite difficult to clear the exam. If you clear the exam, no, per month you can earn lakhs of rupees the salary. That much demanding and very difficult as well. Okay, so once you clear this exam, you will be in the architect level. Okay, so online guys, so I just disconnect now. Both of them log in quickly.